Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's tutorial, I will demonstrate how to cut and sew this lovely sleeveless crisscross neckline blouse. Hi, my name is Ayo and welcome to 011 Clothing Tutorials. On this channel, I upload DIYs, pattern drafting and sewing tutorials. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do so and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. So now, let's get right into the tutorial. Thank you! I'll be working with the following items: tape measure, a pair of scissors, pens, water erasable fabric pencil, a matching color of bias tape and thread. I used about 1.5 yards of this crepe fabric, the pattern pieces which I drafted in a previous tutorial. I have pinned the front and the back pieces to my fabric, and the fabric has already been folded into 2 layers. Both the front and the back pieces will be cut on fold. On the back piece, I used 1/4 inch seam allowance on the neckline, 1/2 inch seam allowance on the shoulders, 1/4 inch seam allowance on the armhole, 1 inch seam allowance at the side seam and also at the end. I will cut it out. On the front piece, I used 1/4 inch seam allowance on the front neckline, here and here, 1/4 inch seam allowance on the armhole curve, 1/2 inch seam allowance on the shoulders and also around this upper section on the neckline. 1 inch seam allowance was used at the side seam and also at the end. The front piece will be cut on fold. I will cut it out. This is the back collar. I will cut out 4 pieces, so the fabric has been folded into 4 layers. I use 1/4 inch seam allowance all around the collar pattern. I will cut it out. I will notch the center back. I will also notch the upper part of the collar. This is the front piece. I will remove the pattern from the fabric. I will open up the front piece. I will fold the upper extension of the front piece at the neckline like this into 2 equal halves, right sides together. I will pin it in place. I will do the same thing on the other extension as well. After pinning, I will sew it in place using 1/2 inch sewing allowance. So now the stitching has been done, as you can see. I will snip into these 2 lower corners on the front extensions like this. I will turn the extensions to the right side. I will flip the neckline extensions out of the way like this. I will use this bias tape to finish the front neckline. So now that has been done, as you can see, I have finished the front neckline using the bias tape and I've given it a press with my iron. This is the back piece. I will remove the pattern from the fabric. I will notch the center back at the neckline. From the center back at the neckline, I will measure and mark 5 inches downwards. I will slash the middle of the neckline down to the 5-inch point like this. I will use this 1.5 inches wide fabric strip that I cut on bias to finish the raw edges at the center back. So now that has been done, as you can see, I have taped the raw edges at the center back. I also sewed this end diagonally on the wrong side. These are the 4 collar pieces for the back neckline. I have fused interfacing on the wrong sides on all the 4 collar pieces. I will go ahead and sew the upper part of the collar in place using 1/4 of an inch sewing allowance. So now the stitching has been done, as you can see, and I've given the 2 collar pieces a thorough press with my iron. I will clearly notch the center back of the 2 collar pieces. This is the front piece. I have already pressed the seam lines on these 2 front neckline extensions to the middle on the other side, which will be inside the garment. The back collar pieces will be fixed to this upper part. I will overlap these 2 front neckline extensions like this. It can also be done the other way around. These are the 2 back collar pieces. I have already pressed in place the 1/4 inch seam allowance on the ends of one of the collar pieces. This was done on the 2 collars. I will arrange the 2 collar pieces like this, so the center back of the 2 collar pieces should be side by side, and these 2 ends of the collar will be sewn to the front neckline extensions. I will pick up one of the collar pieces. I will sandwich the end of the front extension in between the collar like this, right sides are together. I will pin it in place. I will make sure that the seam allowance on the lower piece is folded up while the seam allowance on the upper collar piece is opened and not folded in any way. I will sew it in place using 1/4 inch sewing allowance. I will do the same thing on this other side as well. So now the stitching has been done, as you can see. I will turn it to the right side. I will place the back piece on top of the front piece like this, right side to right side. I will pin the shoulders in place. After pinning, I will take it to my sewing machine and I will stitch the shoulders in place using 1/2 inch sewing allowance. I have sewn the shoulders in place, as you can see. The back shoulders should be longer than the front shoulders by 1/4 of an inch at this side. This will make it possible for me to fix the collar to the back neckline. First, I will make sure that the front extensions are overlapped. Then, with the right sides together, I will pin the lower end of one of the collar pieces to the back neckline, right side to right side. After pinning, I will sew it in place using 1/4 inch sewing allowance. So now the stitching has been done. As you can see, on this side only, I folded the tape end of the center back slit inwards when attaching the collar. This will make the two collar pieces to overlap one another. I will trim off the excess, but I will leave 1/4 inch seam allowance for the sewing. I will fold the collar such that right sides are together. I will pin it in place, then I will sew using 1/4 inch sewing allowance. On this other side, the taped end of the center back slit was not folded. I will sew this side in place using 1/4 inch sewing allowance. So now the stitching has been done. As you can see, I will reduce the seam allowance like this. Then I will turn them to the right side. The seam allowance has already been pressed in place, as you can see. I will now go ahead and sew the collar in place in the ditch such that the stitching will be almost invisible on the right side of the collar. So now the stitching has been done, as you can see. I'll go ahead and use this bias tape to finish the armholes of the blouse. So now that has been done, as you can see, I have used the bias tape to finish the armholes of the blouse, and I've given the armholes a thorough press with my pressing iron. I will turn the blouse to the wrong side. With the right sides together, I will go ahead and sew the side seams of the blouse in place using 1 inch sewing allowance. I will also hem the lower part of the blouse. So now that has been done, as you can see, I have sewn the side seams of the blouse in place. I have also hemmed the lower part of the blouse. I will go ahead and fix these press buttons to the collar at the center back. So that's it guys, we are done. See you in my next tutorial. Bye and thank you so much for watching.